What's going on YouTube? It's OP, and this is my first ever YouTube video, so I would greatly appreciate if you guys would like, hit that sub button, and comment below if I should grind this build out to 99, and I will make a montage, or I stream most of the time on my Twitch channel and show you how this build can really be effective. Ever since patch 4, they reverted the pro dribble moves back to an 80 ball handle, and this is by far the best build in the game if you grind it out. Position point guard, I use left-handed all the time. You can use right, it don't matter. Jersey number doesn't really matter, and you're gonna want to go with the slightly more blue than green. And I know what you're thinking, you don't have Hall of Fame shooting, you don't have any of that. Trust me, this build can still shoot. I personally went with the fastest pie chart. The vertical and speed would be really good too. I personally just went with the speed. Now, you're going to put your driving layup all the way up, driving dunk all the way up, mid-range 3-point, and free throw all the way up. And if you don't care about your free throw, you could always go post fade if you want to do post fades. That leaves you with 16 shooting. I'll get back to the finishing in just a second. You're going to put your pass accuracy all the way up, your ball handle all the way up, and then take a little one from your pass accuracy to save that one attribute, because that's going to be important. You'll put your perimeter defense, lateral quickness, steal, defensive rebound, and offensive rebound to a 52. And then the rest throw onto your close shot. That leaves you with 16 finishing, 16 shooting, 13 playmaking, and 7 defense. Body type, people say that cosmetics don't matter, but in my opinion, I made my guy slight, but in my opinion, built would probably be the best for this, because you would look huge. I use this build more of a 2 off ball kind of lockdown build. You can use it for if you bring the ball down the court too, because it will be able to get pro dribble moves. You'll be able to get contact dunks. You're gonna have a 75 3 ball, which is still good, and your defense is going to be around the 80s. So this is literally an all-around build. I went with 6'5". You can go 6'4". I'll show you the 6'4". Minimum weight and max the wingspan. So you get an 83 driving dunk, which doesn't give you contacts yet until you're a 96 overall. You have a 77 mid-range and a 75 3 ball, and you have that 80 ball control, so you can curry slide all the way around the court if you want. And since you went max wingspan, you have an 82 steal. And if you don't, you could also really go, you could go here, and that would give you, when you get to 99, you could get contact dunks. But for me personally, I would max it out just to have that extra feel on defense. When you have a build that has max wingspan, it doesn't matter how his stats are on defense, you're going to get the bump animations, you're going to get all that. But I'm going to go back, I'm going to go 6'5". This is how I built mine. Lowest weight and max the wing. So you can see all I really lost on this was that one ball handle. So I do not get pro dribble moves off rip, but I do get contact dunks off rip. And all the stats are the exact same. I just lose 1 speed, 1 acceleration, which is no big deal. Here's all the takeovers. If I were to redo it, now that playmaking is a thing, I'd probably go playmaking takeover or slashing takeover. I went with lockdown because I use this more as a defensive build. Like, I'll sit in the corner with this build. I could even bring the ball down later on when I grind him out, and he'll be able to speed boost, so I could bring ball down, everything. I could block everybody up. I went with lock take. That's your personal preference. And you have built a slasher. I tried to tweak with different things about the name, about the little attributes you can upgrade. Nothing changes from slasher, sadly. But let's send this into the tester real quick. I go with contact finisher Hall of Fame, slithery finisher Hall of Fame, Relentless Finisher Hall of Fame, and Giant Slayer Hall of Fame. Contact Finisher and Slithery is a must if you have a slasher build. Trust me, you get contacts like crazy on this build if you put Slithery Finisher tied with that Contact Finisher. Giant Slayer, I've been testing it. It does help a lot if people, those centers, you know, those centers in the park, those centers in the wreck, they just sit in the paint. That's all they know how to do is sit in the paint. And you will catch bodies with Giant Slayer on. And I put Relentless Finisher because I run this build a lot in the Pro-Am. The Pro-Am and the Rec Center. So with that, I'm going to be dunking non-stop. So I need that Relentless Finisher. You could also, if you really wanted to, you could throw this on Showtime. It helps your team's takeover. So if you're running, say, a zone up top and you get a steal, somebody gets a steal, throw it straight down to you, do a flashy dunk, boom, all your whole team's takeover is rising off that. You could throw it on Lob City. You could mess with it however y'all want, but in my opinion, the Contact Finisher and Slither Finisher is a must. For shooting badges, I'd go Range Extender Gold. Hot Zone Hunter is the biggest badge this year. If you do not have Hot Zone Hunter, put it on. Get your hot zones and put Hot Zone Hunter on, and you will shoot the lights out. That's why people are struggling so much, because they don't realize they don't have hot zones. And if you guys want a video on how to get hot zones, let me know down below, and I'll show you easy methods to get hot zones. I use this as a 2-guard, so I would go catch and shoot. I go like silver corner and like gold hot start and bronze deadeye. You can mess with that, but as long as you have Hot Zone Hunter and Range Extender, those are the biggest badges. Catch and shoot is actually really good this year too. I use it on my play shot Hall of Fame catch and shoot. The green window is huge off of it. So you could go here, you could do this if you really wanted. That's probably better for it. Now for playmaking, I go quick first step, handles for days, stop and go. Okay, stop and go is a great badge this year, because if you want to use this as a bring the ball down, you want to curry slide, you want to use this as a play shot, but like a demigod, like you're using this as an ISO build, everything, off screens, it don't matter. If you want to quick stop, put this badge on. You do a curry slide, you do a glitchy behind the back, anything like that, just let go of your control and you'll instantly stop on a dime. That is a huge badge this year too. I'd go Implacable Gold, even though Implacable doesn't work that good. So if you really don't trust Unpluckable, Needle Threaders are very good badges this year. Floor Journal, Floor Journal's always been good. And then I always throw it on Lob City Passer on low passing builds. I haven't really tested much on just throwing them without it, but that's what I would go. Now for defense, Gold Clamps is a must if on this build. Silver Pick Dodger is the highest I ever go on Pick Dodger. I've been gold, I've done Hall of Fame, and none of them really work. Like silver has like more of a rate if you just shoving straight through a screen kind of thing. Throw it on Interceptor because I have max wingspan, and Chase Down Artist on bronze. And that right there is, in my opinion, the best build in the game. If you guys want me to grind this build out, show it to you at 99, I will. I stream about 4 times a week on twitch.tv/Opie. I'll put it in the description. Let me know how it is. If you make this build, let me know in the comments section. Hit that sub button. Peace.